it's some people out here who move, and I can say this personally for myself. When we first got married, I was doing a lot of moving solo, a lot of getting out and doing things by myself. And I remember you saying to me, well, I want to do some things with my husband. But I had no concept of that because I was still in a single mindset. Mm-hmm. I was just married at the time. What is going on, everyone's? We here and we back with another episode of
Is My Point Valid?
Yes, indeed. We want to say once again, thank you to everyone who continues to show up for us. We'll be here every Monday. So if this is your first time, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. If you are on the podcast platforms, make sure y'all continue to follow it with us, because like I said, we'll be here every Monday. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this episode with What You Know Good. So what you got for him, baby?
All right, this week I only got in one book, and it's called Hands-Free Mama, A Guide to Putting Down the Phone, Burning the To-Do List, and Letting Go of Perfection to Grasp What Really Matters. And this is by Rachel Macy Stafford. And I give this book 2 stars. It was very repetitive. She gave some good advice on how we should put our phones down and pay attention to our children, let our say yes to our children about some things that they do want to do. You know, like letting little kids wash dishes, letting them experience playing in the water and the bubbles, let them make a mess. What was another one she was saying? It was interesting, but I give it 2 because it two stars because it was very, very repetitive. And then this was an audio book, so the reader, her voice was kind of just really jolly, and okay, all right. So next up on What You Know Good, I forgot to mention last week that we finished Leviticus and we went into Numbers. And so Numbers in the Bible. And so Numbers is talking about numbers. God has Moses and Aaron. Aaron is Moses' brother, counting the men in each tribe. And it's interesting because the numbers that we're learning and keeping, and the storyline of it, very, very interesting. And that's all I have for What You Know Good.
All righty then. Well, we're going to keep it on and moving with the topic for today. So what we got for the people today, baby?
Single married couples.
Yes. And this topic came up because for quite some time, I've seen a lot of people who are out here moving like they're single, and you would never know that they have a partner at home. So I thought that was kind of strange, and I figured it was something that we would talk about. So, like I say, it's some people out here who move, and I can say this personally for myself. When we first got married, I was doing a lot of moving solo, a lot of getting out and doing things by myself. And I remember you saying to me, well, I want to do some things with my husband. But I had no concept of that because I was still in a single mindset. Mm-hmm. I was just married at the time. And what I've realized is single marriages don't work. You can't be on 2 different pages on pretty much everything, because I mean, a lot of people are saying how they have 2 different bank accounts, their money is different. They don't discuss decisions together. They go out to the clubs. They doing all these things that are single people actions, but they're married. How you feel?
I mean, the easy answer would be to each their own. But if you're trying to teach people and tell them how they should, well, not tell them, but
advise,
it help give suggestions on it. I don't think it's wise because, well, first up, I guess we should touch the women or men friends. Is it an issue? Would that be an issue?
I feel like this. If you're around one person long enough, something's going to happen. Whether it's a man or a woman. If you're around, like having women friends, unless it's business, I don't really see a point, because eventually there's going to be some kind of attraction. I don't care how much you love your wife or you love your partner, whatever it is, there's going to be some kind of attraction after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No, I wouldn't say I don't know. I could think back, and I was like, I knew it wasn't any harm in the relationship from you, right? But I didn't know what these single women was doing. They were single women, and it was, the conversation was always bro, B, B, and it got to a point where it was like, they calling you, but I'm sitting here and I'm in the mix. I'm in the group, but you're not calling me. You got my number, but you ain't saying nothing to me. You ain't gossiping to me. You gossiping to my husband.
As a man.
Right. And so that was kind of like, okay, here's what we're not going to do. This is
and those kind of throw up red flags.
Absolutely.
Because if you have women, single women who are actively, I wouldn't say targeting. I almost said targeting.
They weren't targeting,
but it was convenient for them to associate themselves with me.
Absolutely.
Aside from you, I had to actually physically bring you into the situation for them to even acknowledge you.
Yeah. And then just, I really don't care. But there was an event, I'm going to say an event, a gathering. And the first thing that was said out of somebody's mouth was, you came.
I didn't know if you was
going to I didn't know if you were going to be here. I didn't know if you were coming.
Yeah.
And that to me was a big red flag, because that was like, you really don't acknowledge the fact that I'm really his wife, right? That you believe that I am just someone who's just going to be like passive. And I think a lot of people think that about me, that I am just
But at the same time, we can't really blame them for trying it on us, because that's how they do everybody else.
Maybe. I don't know. I can speak for me and what the situation was and how I took the situation. Maybe I'm taking the situation completely wrong. But I know that even with the men we were around, I wasn't comfortable being alone.
Was borderline pedophiles.
Oh my gosh. I wasn't comfortable being alone with them either, because it made me uncomfortable.
Some single men are really creepy with their eyes.
Yeah.
And they will have you over there cringing at how they look at certain people. It's almost like a "I'ma eat you" look.
Yeah.
I'm finna get you.
So with me and men, if Brandon can't be around, then we cool. Like, I don't.
And mind you, it's not the fact that I don't trust her.
Yeah, it ain't no jealous type
I don't care
thing.
Because I know she ain't gonna do nothing. But at the same time, it's just a matter of respect.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in certain situations, and you won't have to do no explaining later on.
Now, I have this question, because this just popped up in my head. How we dress in front of one another, right? Tight dresses or cleavage. shorts and all, cleavage and all of this.
Yeah. Respect my relationship.
But a lot of people don't respect relationships.
They don't even respect themselves.
I think they're saying, well, I'm with my husband and this is for my husband to look at. But even if it is just for your husband to look at, there are other eyes. And what are you portraying, right? Well, I'm wearing this. I'm married. You know I'm married, so you shouldn't be looking. There's this video of Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors, and they're sitting there. It's nothing wrong, but the woman gets up, and the first thing they do is they they looked
at that booty.
And I looked this too, because I was like, what they looking at?
It's contagious.
What's this? Whoa. Man, I kept watching that thing over and over again, because I was like, not her behind. I kept watching their reaction.
Watching the booty.
Because Jonathan Majors, he did this, and Michael B. Jordan said, thank you. But she was talking to them, but it was still the way that they looked at her. Absolutely. And so it's like, we're women. It's
suggestive.
We're women.
Yeah.
Right. So, you
can be not all that attractive and walk past somebody with some small shorts on, and I guarantee you, them cats gonna be looking. And it ain't gonna be at your face.
So it's just, it's interesting what's presented, or situations that we have been in around people, and we were around a lot of single people.
Absolutely.
That was I don't know what we were doing, but
matter of fact, we're looking for some married couples right now. So if y'all married, believe in God, Jesus, God, holla at us.
I don't know what we were thinking, but it was, for me, that was like,
and these women weren't even looking for men. It's like they were just, I don't know. I'm just saying, I use that example because I feel, because we're talking about, I didn't. Personal situations.
Yeah, personal situations. And I don't ever think we've approached the being single married couples. I don't think we were ever like that. But it was just a thing of me being like, I was there, actively there, but it was like I was Casper. No, I wasn't even Casper. I was just a ghost.
Casper's a ghost.
But he was friendly.
And people noticed him.
Yeah.
You was like...
It was like they didn't... Hey, sis.
Oh, my God.
And then...
That sister.
B.
Yeah. So you didn't even have a name. You was just a sis.
Like I said, that's how I took it. Maybe that's not what it was meant to be or whatever, but that's looking at it and overlooking it and everything. I don't know, but I think, could there be platonic relationships between married men and women and whatever?
In
sure.
Business.
Sure. But
men have to have some strong self-control to not try to approach a woman that they would consider a friend. If she's attractive, then it takes some real self-control. So for me, I don't put myself in those situations.
Exactly.
I just stay at the highs.
Yep. That's the best thing to do.
I ain't worried about touching on this one and looking at this one.
That's the best thing to do. All right, so next up, solo trips. I think I saw some, I don't know.
Man.
Solo trips.
I seen a couple where the woman was like, she's letting her husband go on a solo trip because they need some time apart from each other. And I was like, I don't understand how that makes sense. First off, he's going to a tropical island by himself. The temptation. You must really got some trust in this guy, because to be around foreign women in bikinis by yourself, that's something else. I
don't know.
I don't see the point of any married couples going on individual trips. Not even those what's them women trips, them retreats. Mm-hmm. Maybe those, but somewhere where you can be exposed to sexuality.
But you can be exposed to sexuality everywhere.
But if you're sending your husband to a doggone tropical island, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, any of those places, those women are waiting for him.
And what happens just like there, the passport, you don't have to come back and tell. And then you won't know it until You
Did
won't,
you really say that?
you won't know it until on your deathbed. You remember when you let me go to Jamaica?
Oh man, I read
I
into
got a
Susan.
love child. I've been taking care. Like y'all watch the movies, okay? Anyhow, y'all know them Lifetime movies.
We do now. We sure do now.
Some Tyler Perry type.
Good. That
stuff.
sounded like Tyler Perry.
I don't know.
I don't see no point of going nowhere without you. Like I said, in the beginning, I was doing a whole lot of solo things.
I was about to say, it was a trip without me.
When?
Yeah.
I was sick. I went to Atlanta because...
No, you had went to Augusta, I think our first year.
I went by myself?
You went by yourself. It was, what was it, the meetup in Georgia?
Oh, the Hill Reunion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. That was in the beginning.
Now it was a long time ago.
I said in the beginning.
Now it was a long time ago.
I referenced in the beginning. I don't do stuff like that no more. Like I know I be seeing people who be like, I'm finna go on a solo trip, and I'm like, well, where your wife at? Where your husband at? What they doing?
Chilling.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't.
Chilling. Without your spouse.
I wouldn't do it.
I ain't doing it.
All right.
What else we got?
Individual accounts.
My partner at work told me.
Oh. Don't do that.
My partner at work say his wife told him that her money is her money and his money is her money too. Moment of silence. How you feel about that?
Maybe that's why I don't have a job.
You would try to do me like that?
I mean, if you're coming from a selfish standpoint, because I threw you under the bus about solo trips. I remember one time I had, I was going hard with the surveys. I'm talking about I was working hard. And I think it was one of those moments where we were like a little bit struggle. But I was working hard with those.
We was a little struggle.
It was a little struggle. I was working hard with those surveys, and I think I had made like $250 or something. And my whole thing was I was going to prove to myself, once one of those feminist moments, I was going to prove to myself that I could do it, and that I could buy school clothes for Ava. But of course, you just don't buy for Ava, you buy for Isabel. And then in that trip, though, you had picked up this jean jacket that you wanted, and I
picked it up.
Yeah.
The one with the hood on it?
No, it don't even exist because you took it back. But I felt
I just wanted to spend your money.
I felt like, what the hell are you doing? And so he put it up on there. I let it go. But when I tell you, I was like,
how much was it?
I don't know, but my mind was,
it busted your budget.
It wasn't about busting the budget. It was about, this was not for you. This is for my children. So that's what that was. And I think I did speak up. I was like, it wasn't for you. And so you returned it, and I got my money back.
I do not remember this.
It was from Target. We had went to Target. This was all this we're talking about is old, because none of that would happen. In the beginning. None of that would happen today.
No.
And so I look at that story and I was like, that was so selfish, because it was just selfish.
All my money go.
Well, that's my money. So,
was you about to tell me who cares?
Yes. Because, it was just like, this is for my children. So at the time, that was the mindset of this selfishness, right? And so I don't think that me having an individual account would be very good.
That ain't gonna
because then I think that would lead to being secretive.
And then my thing is this, I wouldn't even ask about it.
Well, you wouldn't know.
Exactly. So how would I?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
You moving like a single person.
I wouldn't say you moving like a single person, but there are a lot of women who do have individual accounts and their husbands don't know anything about it. Yeah. Don't know anything about it. There are women who have individual accounts, what I've seen, and are purchasing items off of Amazon, and then they will blatantly say, he cannot question what I'm bringing into this house because I work 5 days a week and this is my paycheck and I'm gonna buy what I want to buy. And I was like,
does that go both ways?
Yikes. No, because they be saying his money is their money.
Just like, my partner at work
or
said.
Whatever. I was like, y'all are strange. But I was like, so in that, he pays the bills.
All of them?
I don't know. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of buying off of Amazon, but that's a lot of material.
Ain't it though?
Stuff. So having individual account, I don't think it would be a problem if both
were honest
about it, and to say, hey, I'm using this for this. Now, if we have a together account and then we each have individual accounts, then that would be kind of cool. Yeah,
because we can put everything together for the bills, and then everything extra you keep.
Right.
Do as you please.
But some of the women that I've been reading, that's not what's happening.
They just do as they please.
It is not a work together moment. No. It is a...
this is mine. I'm going to do what I want to.
Yeah, and I was like, it's a little selfish in marriage for my liking. Like I said, I just had a little bit from surveys and I was acting silly.
They talking my whole paychecks.
Right. Like you worked 40 hours.
And you want to keep all of that?
All of that. And look, I get it. I don't get it. Let me not say that.
That's not marriage.
I don't understand.
That's not that's just a couple.
I don't understand. And then I know people will look at, well, how do you manage? I manage because I've cut out all lot of the
extracurricular bull
what
jive.
Is it? The material things. I'm not looking at, and one of the big things that I really like, I like a purse. Okay. I like purses and I like shoes. And I'm talking like sandals, shoes, right? I could do with or without tennis shoes. Who cares? But I like a good purse. And the type of purses that I would like to purchase, they don't fit in the budget. So
they'll blow the budget wide open.
So I've had to come to a realization of what matters most in my family within my marriage. And the thing that has come down to what matters most is, hey, maybe if I want these books, to read aloud to my girls, or maybe if I want to go splurge a little and, hey, let's go get them some shoes, some clothes. Hey, let's do our family day and let's go eat.
And that's another thing that changed with me. I remember in the beginning, I used to go in the store and I used to go straight to the men's stuff and look for myself. Now I barely make it to the men's stuff because I ain't even thinking about it.
The other day I went and I just picked up one top for myself, but the rest was in my hand was for the girls.
I don't even be looking.
That's what I told her. I was like, I need to go just start going straight to the section for you. But yeah, that's always been my thing. When I knew that I couldn't afford the purses that I wanted, then okay.
You got to do what's in your budget.
Yeah, I have to. That's a lot.
And that's how you live off of one income.
You budget a lot. You budget a lot. You make home cooked meals. You
cut out the fluff.
You sacrifice a lot.
Absolutely.
You sacrifice a whole lot, and it works. I see a lot of women ask in some of the groups that I am in, is it possible? I'd be like, yes.
Oh, it's possible.
It's possible.
Absolutely.
You can definitely
because most people will tell you, like, straight up, you have to have two incomes to make it.
We get that argument
all
a lot.
the time. And I tell people, bro or sis or whoever you are, I'm living a single income household. Like
one of the biggest things that I cut out, like seriously, give you some game. I stopped buying off of Amazon. So anything that I really needed, I physically go to the store and I purchase.
I know it's not as convenient as one would like, but you'll save yourself some money.
Like the only thing I get off of Amazon is books. Or if I can't get Lego, if I can't find a Lego in the store, then I'll look on Amazon.
It's like a last resort.
It really is. Yeah. Like if I can't, it's books really. Also, what else? I cut out streaming services. So you remember I used to come and tell y'all what I was watching, all the documentaries and all that. I cut it out.
She went from watching to reading.
I cut out Disney, HBO Max, Prime
all of
Video.
That stuff is a distraction.
All of those things I cut out, and I have more money to buy books now. But I really cut all those things out. I cut out so much, and I didn't know that it was, what's the word I want? That it was a bunch of fluff that honestly you don't need it. And then they were raising prices.
Oh yeah.
Matter of fact, I was on Amazon the other day, and I was going to order me some household products like paper towels and all that just to have it delivered to the door. And Amazon's like, this Amazon Fresh, they're like, nah, $150 now for it to be delivered. And I was like, excuse me, say what? I don't need $150 worth of cleaning products. I need like $50 worth. And then the fee was $6.95. I was like, oh, nope. So I have to cut that out altogether. I physically have to go to the store. So having a joint account, seeing what's coming in, I think it helps us budget more. It helps us
stay on top of things.
Really stay on top of things. Yeah. Know how our household is being run. Know that, if it's not there, then neither one of us can do it. Right?
Even if you see it there, if it's not in the budget,
And I set the budget every week. It's like,
and I be looking like
that's not going to fit in there. That's not going to fit.
You can't put the triangle in the circle.
But if you want to change things, you have to kind of
sacrifice.
All right. So now we're moving on to decision making. I guess business and household. So what do you mean by that?
As far as coming to each other and coming to an agreement, not making a decision, whether it's business or personal, not making decisions on your own.
Yeah, we had to come to that.
Absolutely. In the beginning, I was a decision maker and I wasn't discussing anything. And it would always come and bite me. And I'd be like, man.
I think our biggest bite in the butt was money.
Yes.
Because you look up.
It's gone.
It's what the heck I'm going to do this week?
Man.
How I'm going to live.
When you start spending before you realize what you have to prioritize, that's a problem. And I was just spending. I'm going to tell you, man, my money management skills were terrible. They still are. But I got some help. And that is my beautiful wife right here, boy. She keep us on track because I will have us all out of there.
It could have been on track from the jump, but... From the jump.
That's the beginning and the jump.
But
the jump.
When... I think your mindset, now if I'm wrong, correct me. Your mindset was, I work, this is my money. This is mine. Mm-hmm. And because I went and did this, I can be able to do whatever I want to do with it.
Yeah.
Forget the family.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was with it. This is what I could do. And so now It is. It's a lot of decision making. It is a lot of
no, we can't do that.
Yeah, I will absolutely put my foot down. And we not doing that. We not doing that. And so that goes back to a lot of the cutting out of things. Like, no, we either sit at home or we can go out and spend and like
struggle.
Which one do you want to do?
Because the struggle is real.
Which one do you want?
Imagine not having enough gas to make it to work through the week because you done balled out over the weekend. I done been there.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Asking people to borrow stuff. Yeah. We done been there.
Yeah.
But now.
Is that embarrassing? No.
Man, it is real.
Has. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
And real at the same time. But got to be real and honest at the same time. I ain't always had it figured out. And like I say, I still don't. But with help, not moving like a single person and acting like you in a marriage when you are married will have you realizing certain things.
Yeah. And here's another thing. Like, you become redundant when you keep telling a person something and then they just like, you know what, I'm going to still do whatever. And then it's amazing with decision making that when something drastic happens, because something drastic happens is why we're kind of talking about this a little bit. That was the final straw for me. I was like, no way. We
ain't going back there.
All them sounds that I just made was like, we not doing this.
No,
and so the person kind of like, okay, but her decision making, this is going to help me. It's going to help me. It's going to help me. And I have to follow this. And so I think together, all these noises I'm making together, you have to run your household together.
Absolutely.
Just because for us, just because I am a homemaker, the decisions still have to be made together. I think, what was it? We get our grass cut every 2 weeks. But this grass, I don't know, after that freeze, I don't know what's going on with them weeds and all this stuff. Like, hold on now. And so I called Brandon. I was like, okay, this is like a major decision because
it's our grass.
It is our grass. And then it's a budget, but I have to change it to every week now. I was like, well, I'm just making sure that you know. He's like, you know,
you got to do what you got to do.
You have to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I can't make that. I could have made that decision on my own, but then you're looking like, and he could have been like, well, that's what, you know, like, well, we got to get it done. So you have to make these decisions. You have to make decisions together. So I don't understand how some married couples are just going. I do understand how they are. You're just not communicating. You don't want to communicate.
You're making a choice not to.
Right. I'm going to do what I'm going to do because this is what I'm doing. And that mindset of when you do go into it newlyweds, you are still trying to figure it out. That one,
you ain't doing nothing but making the process more difficult.
Yeah. When all you got to do is work together. And it's hard. It is.
Have you ever played on a team game?
No, I have.
All right. It's similar.
I am competitive as heck. Yeah. I want to win. Win.
Straight up.
I want to win.
Go win.
So some of them years we was losing. I was like, why are we losing? It's not me. I'm a winner. But no, seriously.
At least I don't quit.
I'm a winner. But you do look at it like, why am I losing? So in marriage, decision making is a togetherness. Your individual accounts, don't have solo trips. Have togetherness trips.
Togetherness. Take your kids with you too.
If you got friends, be friends together. Come chill at the house.
If you married, find you some married friends.
Yeah.
Like I said, we looking for some married friends.
Like,
so y'all hit us up in the comments,
like
man.
a dating app.
We just want to kick it with y'all, chill with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just be around some people who value the same things we value.
Yeah. So decision making is together. In marriage, a lot of things are together. Are we individuals?
Most things.
Yes, a lot of things. But we are individuals. We are going to have that space, right? You find your space on what you want to do. Mine is reading. Mine is coloring. Mine is sitting in my little bubble. And I think when I'm in that bubble, they know, okay, let's leave her alone. Brandon goes outside. So I ain't stepping outside. Sometimes I do if it's important.
I ain't stepping in her book.
Right. But I don't step outside and be like, you know what? I think.
You invading my space.
So I don't do those things. So I think we need to move as one, because that's what you have been created to be. When you come together, you say, I do, and then you kissy.
Oh.
And you kissy. And then you say, and then show your rings, and then you throw the
little whoop.
The flower, the bouquet.
The bouquet.
Yeah. So marriage is together. You can't be single married. You can move like you were single. That's not a good thing to do. Don't do those things. Move together. Make decisions together. Come at it together. Even if you know that it's going to make them upset. Speak your mind.
Straight up. It's better to
get over it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They be all right.
Get over it. Speak your mind. Don't hold that in. Don't be passive. I'll go back to that. I think a lot of people think I'm just the passive person. I will eat you alive. I didn't say Brandon. I'll eat you alive.
It's like putting candy in front of y'all. Chop it up.
I will eat you alive, but work together. It's not simple.
And it all goes back to communication, understanding, comprehension.
You have to comprehend.
Absolutely. You got to do all that. But I think we made some valid points.
I think so.
On this here Monday.
Got a little personal.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It be like that sometimes. Sometimes you got to let the people know that you're speaking from real life experience and not just out the cloud somewhere. This is our real life.
Yeah.
And we're just giving it to y'all how it is.
We have to go through some things to get to where we're at. And mind you, this month will be 9 years married. In January, it was 10 years together. Yeah. I had to get my numbers straight. So 10 years together, 9 years married this month. And so I know there's still going to be a lot more growth. There's going to be a lot more things that we're going to have to do together on this journey from the Stocker family.
Straight up. Y'all just stay tuned because we here. We're going to be here living our lives and showing y'all the process. But like I say, that was really good. If you think we made some valid points, if you have something that you want to add to the topic, make sure y'all hit us in the comments. Our comments are always open. We ain't never shutting them down. We want to hear what the people have to say. Is our points valid?
Yeah, and I'll still eat you alive if y'all come crazy. I won't.
Straight up. But before we get out of here, y'all know we got to hit them in the head one time for your mind with On This Day in Black History. So today is March the 6th. So March the 6th of 1857 in Dred Scott versus Sanford, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that black people were not American citizens and could not sue in courts of law. The court ruled against Dred Scott, an enslaved black man who tried to sue for his freedom. Man, this man looked kind of funny too. But anyway, shout out to that man. I believe he eventually got his freedom later on in life.
I mean, we all did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
So that ain't nothing new. But shout out to this man for fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting his battle and trying to get his trying to win his freedom. But before we get out of here, we want to say thank you once again. Make sure y'all check out the description, the comment. I mean, there's links in the description. If you want to help us grow monetarily, we accept all donations. We have buy a book. If you want to help us buy some books.
If you know how much y'all, there's so many. There's so many. Oh.
There's so many. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's subscribed, everyone who continues to tune into us every week. If you are on our podcast platform, make sure you continue to show us love. We have some new things coming on the podcast, so y'all stay tuned for that. But like always, it's love, peace, and soul.
Bye.
Like Soul Train, baby.